Hey, welcome everybody to our alternative reality game between the Varsity High School San Antonio Clark and the 2018 Houston Astros. Yeah, this is my son's varsity baseball team who's going to the playoffs, and they'll be playing against Johnson here in San Antonio. And I decided to use History Maker Baseball, which has a free program at the site in the section of freebies where you can actually create your own cards. And I used partially their own stats. I mean, I didn't have the stats in front of me. I did it by feel. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be scoring the 2 out of 3 games against Johnson, and from there I'm going to recreate the Johnson team, and we're going to be able to replay, and he'll be able to do that, and I'll save it for him and give it to him as a present, and he'll be able to recreate that his senior varsity game later on in life when he has his own kids and so forth, and maybe that'll push him to get into dice baseball with his own kids. So I have all that in my brain. And anyway, these are actually players in the actual lineup that's used in the game. The coach is Aldo V. I'm not sure his last name. But anyway, we're going to get started right away. We're using History Maker Baseball now. In high school, they play 7-inning games, so we'll be playing a 7-inning game. We are playing at Minute Maid Park in Houston. And on the mound for the Clark varsity team is Andrew Petrowski. And then for the Astros is Charlie Morton. Now, I didn't pitch Verlander because I thought that would be a bit too much. We have the umpires. Joe West at home plate. At third base is Angel Hernandez. At second base is Jeff Wilson. And at first base is James Hoyt. The home plate umpire Joe West is respected, semi-respected. And that may come into play on a few certain roles. Now, History Maker Baseball is a lot of fun and easy to play, and it's got its depth. It's abstracted in many ways, and it's got nice depth, and it's got a lot of color. It's very charismatic, very colorful. Definitely worth a purchase for sure, and I would recommend everybody get it. And then it sells you a book. You can order the book to create your own players. It teaches you how to do that. And it's very simple, very quick. I did this in about 20 minutes. I created the whole team. Very, very simple once you get it. So anyway, let's get started. We're going to use iScore to score the game. So I'll be able to have a box score, and I'm going to take it to some of the parents tomorrow and say, hey, look at what happened last night. And I expect them to be blown away by this. So here goes. It's going to be Ryan Silva, center fielder. His brother plays shortstop. Ryan Silva is a junior, and his brother, the shortstop, Anthony, is a freshman. So here's the pitch from Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, the right-hander. All right, so that's a 3-4-5. And the 3-4-5 is going to be an iron catcher, and the catcher, I believe, is semi-iron. I believe the catcher for Clark Varsity is semi-iron, and he is semi-iron. The decided die says he is not iron, so that's a no. 3-4-5. Ask me if the batter is a good eye. He is not a good eye. It's a strikeout, and then it takes us to blue. So a strikeout. Silva down swinging, and then Cortez is going to be on the right now chart. Now, I did not designate a hot batter and a cold batter. I will do that right now, and I will roll a 10-sided die, if you will. For Clark, it's going to be 2. Marcus Cortez, the right fielder, he's up at the plate, and he will be the hot batter. The cold batter will be 6. Benny P., my son, is the cold batter. And then for the Astros, it's a 9. It will be Tony Kemp, the hot batter. And 9, so I subtract 1, it'll be 8. The hot batter, Martin Maldonado. I will write that down because otherwise I'm going to forget. All right. So it was Cortez, hot, Benny, P, cold, and then it's going to be Kemp, hot, and Maldonado, cold. All right, great. I did not. I did not designate semi. Um, I did not do the dissonance or the other. What is the other one? Harmony. So we can do that now. Is the visiting team harmonious and ready to win this game? No. So they semi-dissonant. Are the Astros ready to kick some high schoolers' butt? And that's a yes, they are. So they're going to be. So Clark is semi-dissonant, and Houston is going to be semi-D, semi. Harmonious. All right, there you go. All right, so that's one out, and the hot batter for the Clark Varsity is up. Marcus Cortez. He's a right fielder. I believe that Cortez is a junior. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-4-6. Oh, wait a second. 3-4-6. We may not need the decider, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Oh, he's actually. I forgot that he was hot. So let's re-roll that. Rather, he's a baseball right now, and he's a hot batter. So that's a 4-6. 4-6 is a hot pitcher. Hot pitcher, yes, he is, because he just struck out the previous batter. That's a strikeout. So Cortez strikes out. Back-to-back Ks by Morton. Handling these high schoolers pretty easily. With 2 outs now, it's Ben Hooper, the catcher, who bats third. Now, Hooper is a semi-champion and eager. That's a 146. A 146. What is that all about? Apple ID. 146. Flash is Morton Flash. He is, and that's a strikeout unless he is a good eye, and he is not. So Morton strikes out the side. 3 up, 3 down, and at the end of half an inning, there's no score. Leading it off against Andrew Petrowski is George Springer. Here's the pitch from Andrew, 4-4-4. Now that's trouble. 4-4-4. There's nothing under the pitcher column. Ask me if he's a scrapper. He's not a scrapper. Double to right field, unless he's a home run king, which he is. He's a semi-home run king. Decided I says he is. That's gone. Deep drive, left field. Back goes Wyatt to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Home run for George Springer. I was going to say Bruce Springsteen. All right, 1-0 Astros. And it's Jose Altuve, second baseman for the Astros. And that's a 5-5-6. 5-5-6 ace. Petrowski's a star. Sad sack, he is not. Double to right field, active steals. And he's not active. So that's going to be a double for Altuve. So the first 2 batters reach base on hits. They both get a hold of the ball and drive it. And now batting third is Carlos Correa with nobody out and Altuve at second base. Welcome to the big leagues there, Andrew. And it's 3-5-5. 3-5-5 asks me, is he a struggler? Not yet. Champion, Correa champion. No, he is not. Ground ball second base unless he's a whiffer. He's a semi-whiffer, but no, he is not. So it's going to be a ground ball second base. And fielder's choice on ground outs. Historic runner on third holds. Runners advance 2 bases. I'm not sure where it says if they advance. Historic runner on third holes. I'm going to play him to advance to third on a grounder to second base. So there's one out. Runner moves to third. 4-3. And it's Jose Altuve. At third base, and Yuli Gurriel steps in the box. Andrew Petrowski looks in for the sign. He gets it. That's a 166. 166 asks me if he's a workman. He is not. A whiffer, and Gurriel is not a whiffer. Ground ball to third base. That's going to be a ground ball out. And runner on this is double play on ground outs. Runners hold on fly outs. Runner advances 2 bases. So we're going to hold him with a shot to third. We're going to hold him on this. We did give him the benefit of the doubt to move him to third. So we're going to hold him, and then we're going to go to the experience chart for the next batter, who is going to be Marwin Gonzalez. Okay. Here's the pitch to Marwin Gonzalez. That's a 1-1-5. 1-1-5 is the pitcher fresh, and he is. It's popped up. And that's going to be the third baseman, Benny P. Calls for it, and he makes the catch. So the Astros get one on the home run, the leadoff home run by George Springer. They lead it by a score of 1-0 going into the second inning. Now, 6'5", 250-pound first baseman Aiden Falkowitz is a hero, semi-eager, semi-whiffer. And here's a pitch from Morton. Let's say 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Ask me if Morton's wild. He is not. Eager, and he is eager. Semi-whiffer, and he strikes out. Falkowitz, that's 4 strikeouts in a row against Morton. Give me 1 second. I have to move out my buddy out of here, who's chewing away. Come on, boy. All right. Okay, and Falkowitz strikes out, and it's going to be Jacob Rayfield. Jacob Rayfield is semi-eager and a whiffer. Here's a pitch. It's a 4-4-6. 4-4-6. 4-4-6. It asked me if he's a star, and Morton is a star. This is a ground ball, second base. Jose Altuve up with it. Over to Gurriel for out number 2, 4-3. And now it's going to be Benny P. playing third base. Benny P is versatile. Can play all around the infield, including pitcher. He's played some outfield in select ball. 1-1-5. 1-1-5. It's going to ask me, is the pitcher fresh? And he is, and that's going to be popped up to Altuve at second base. And that retires the side. So 3 up and 3 down for Clark Varsity. And we go to the bottom half of the second inning, score 1-0 Astros. It's going to be Alex Bregman, Josh Reddick, and Martin Maldonado. Funny story with Martin Maldonado in 2019. Astros giving him a 2-year contract for $12 million. His agent advised them to hold out for more, And he ended up signing with man, was it the Rays? No, not the Rays. I don't believe. I think it was a pretty lowly team, a team that struggled severely last year for, I think, $2 million for 1 year. So he could have played with the championship team, making $6 million for 2 years. In other words, $12 million total, $6 million for each year. But it was a 2-year contract, and his agent, who advised him to hold out for more, he ended up going to, I don't know who, but it's not a very good team, and he got signed for 1 year at $2 million. So he lost $10 million, and he promptly fired his advisor, his agent. All right, Alex Bregman. Here's the pitch from Andrew Petrowski, and there's Andrew Petrowski's dad in the seats. Very proud of his son. 335. 335. Asked me if he's wild. He is not. Satsack is Bregman's Satsack. No way, Jose. And that's a single to right field. Stolen base. There goes Bregman, and he makes it to second base safely. So a single and a stolen base by Bregman. He's on at second base. Nobody out. Josh Reddick. Bats lefty. Let's put him to the left side. (1-1-3). Let me see. Let me get some. I don't know what happened here. Why it switched to organ music when I had the crowd music going. There it is. What was that all about? Oh, it's 10 minutes worth of crowd music? Is that it? Anyway, so what was the 1-1-3? 1-1-3 for Josh Reddick with a runner at second base, nobody out. 1-1-3 is ace. Petrowski's not an ace, he's a star. Ask me if Reddick is a slugger. He is not. It's a single to center field with 2 stars, which says sad sack or home run king strikes out. He's a semi-home run king. Decided that says he is a home run king, so he strikes out. Reddish down on strikes. 1 away. And it's Martin Maldonado. Oh, did I ever do the red? Yeah, I did. Oh, I forgot to do the the experience chart, I believe. I forgot to do the experience chart. All right, so I got to focus a little bit better. Let me turn this down just a little second here. 2-5-5, 1 out. Runner on second base, 2-5-5. Asked me if he's a star, and he is a strikeout unless he's a good eye. He is not a good eye, so Maldonado down on strikes. Curveball got him. 2 away. And it's Tony Kemp. And that's a 1-1-6. A 1-1-6. I think that's... He is fresh. That's a strikeout. And that's a 3rd out. High heat. Fools Kemp. Goes after it. Nothing but air on that swing. And that retires the side. So after 2, it's Astros 1 and Clark Varsity zip. Leading off for the Clark Varsity is shortstop, freshman shortstop Anthony Silva. Here's the pitch from Morton. 1-1-2. Asked me if Petrowski is... Wait a second. I got this in the wrong spot. Home lineup. No, I got that in the right spot. Visitor pitcher. Okay, goes across. 1-1-2. 1-1-2. Flash. Morton is flash. That's a strikeout. And it's Ethan Wyatt, left fielder. I believe he's a junior. Yeah, he's a junior. 5.56. 5.56 for Ethan Wyatt. 5.56. Asked me if Morton's an ace. He is not. Satsack. He is not. It's a double to right field. So he gets a hole in one, drives it into the gap, and Marwin Gonzalez after. George Springer gets the carom off the wall, and he throws it in quickly, but in with a stand-up double is Ethan Wyatt. That's a base runner, first base runner for the Clark Varsity. That's going to be Dylan Bircher, second baseman, senior second baseman, I believe. Got to double check that. That's a 255, a 255. 255. Ask me if the pitcher's a star, and he is. That's a strikeout. So Bircher down swinging for the second out. And now it's center fielder Ryan Silver, who in the first inning struck out. 2 outs now. Runner on second. Ethan Wyatt takes his lead off second base. Charlie Morton looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. That's a 3-4-4. 3-4-4. Ask me if he's a prospect. Now Silva is a semi-prospect, and the side that says he is a prospect. That's well hit in the fence. So we're going to go to the fence, see what happens there. And he's a hero champion and scrapper, semi-scrapper. So we have to roll to see, I guess. We already used the decided dash. We're going to have to roll again to see if he's a... And he is a scrapper. So that's going to be here. Now we're going to roll 1 die, see what happens on the fence chart. And that's a what? That's a 5. And that's going to be a ball driven down the line. And that's going to make it all the way to the wall. Waving home Wyatt is the third base coach, Aldo Velasquez. And into second base with a 2-out RBI double is Ryan Silva. So the game is now tied 1-1. Clark Varsity ties the Houston Astros thanks to the 2-out RBI double by Ryan Silva. Marquez Cortez steps into the plate, and Charlie Morton looks in for the sign. He sets and deals. That's a 2-3-4. 2-3-4. Runners on base, plate drama. See what happens. That's a 3-5. 3-5 plate drama. Gold catcher. Maldonado may be a gold catcher. I gotta double check that. He may be a gold catcher. He's a heck of a catcher. No, he's not a gold catcher, but he could be. He's one of the better catchers in the league. So 3-5. So he's not a gold catcher. Otherwise, it's a pass ball. And then we go to the chemistry chart. So Ryan hustles over. Ball gets away from Maldonado, and Ryan hustles over on a pass ball. And we're going to go to the chemistry chart. Clark Varsity is semi-dissonant. Go to team chemistry chart. I'm going to roll 2 dice and the decided die. Let's pull this out. 2 out now. Runner on third. The go-ahead run on third base here in the top of the third. That's a 4-2-2. A 2-2 batting team dissonance. And it's semi-dissonance, but the decided die says he is dissonant. Batter not focused, reaches the outside pitch, grounds out. It's a big ground ball to shortstop Correa. Up with it, fires the first, and retires the side. 6-3 if you're keeping score at home. But and the inning's over. After 2.5, it's the Clark Varsity 1 and the Astros, the 18 Astros 1. And it's going to be George Springer leading it off against Andrew Petrowski. Here's the pitch, and it's a, wow, that's a roll where I can't see it. 2-3-4. 2-3-4. 2-3-4 says, runners on base, no. Hot batter. Who's up? Springer. Who was the hot batter? We said that Kemp was the hot batter, so that's or wait a second, there's other ways of becoming a hot batter. Let's see what he did last at bat. Oh, Springer homered, so he is a hot batter. So it's going to be 2-3-4. We're on base, hot batter, fence. All right. And Springer is a semi-home run king. And the side of the die says he is a home run king, so that's going to be trouble for Andrew Petrowski. That's going to go on the fence here, so we're looking at a fly out on a 1 and a home run on every other number. So this could be potentially George Springer's second home run of the game, giving the Astros a lead, and that's a deep drive to left field. Back goes Ethan Wyatt to the track, to the wall, looks up, it's out of here. And the Astros have retaken the lead by a score of 2-1, and Andrew Petrowski wishes he had that pitch back. Two to one Astros. Stepping into the plate is batting crown, twice batting crown winner, Jose Altuve. And Altuve doubled in his first at bat. So he's a hot batter as well. That's a 1-2-5. And nothing under the pitcher. Asked me if the batter is patient. Altuve's not patient, semi-champion. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, Benny P. He's up with it. Across the diamond. Throw a little bit high, but no. He made it in time. Gets Altuve by a step. And the batter now is Carlos Correa with one out here in the bottom of the third inning. It's 2-1. Astros lead the Clark Varsity team from San Antonio, Texas. Pitch from Petrowski. It's a 1-4-4. And that's going to be flash. Petrowski's got flash, but it's going to have some eyeglasses. And that's going to take us to the umpire chart. And a questionable or lenient umpire. Let's see, a 1-4-4 says questionable or lenient umpire at home. Other umpires. So the home plate umpire is Joe West, who's semi-respected. So other umpires call strike three. So Carlos Correa goes down swinging. A high heat. And with two outs now, it's going to be Yuli Gurriel, who's 0 for 1. He grounded out. That's a 3-5-5. 3-5-5 asked me if the pitcher's a struggler. He is not champion. Gurriel is not a champion. He's a semi-hero. 3-5-5 is going to be a ground out to second base unless he's a whiffer, and he is not. So it's going to be a ground ball, second base. Bircher up with it. Flips to Falkowitz, and that retires the side. So we go to the top of the fourth inning. It's 2-1. Astros lead it. World champion Astros versus the San Antonio Clark Varsity team, headed to the playoffs, starting tomorrow versus Johnson. Charlie Morton on the mound for the Astros. He's allowed only 2 hits up to this point. Back-to-back doubles. Actually, no, it was a double and out and a double. And here's Ben Hooper, the catcher. That's a 1-3-6. 1-3-6. Asked me if Charlie Morton's an ace. He is not. Whiffer or cold? Let's see. What did he do last at bat? Ben Hooper. He struck out, so he is cold. So a 1-3-6 strikeout. Hooper down
swinging for the second time in a row.
This time it was the curveball. He got the best of him. And now it's Aiden Falkowitz with one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch from Morton. It's a 3-4-4. 3-4-4 is a prospect. He is semi-icon. Oh, that's a pitcher I'm supposed to look at. Pitcher experience is icon. Then he asked me if Falkowitz is patient. He is not. Popped up right side. Altuve calling for it. Puts it away for out number 2. And now it's Jacob Rayfield, the DH. Rayfield grounded out in his first at bat. So for 1, 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Asked me if the pitcher's wild. He is not. Eager. Is the batter eager? He's semi-eager. The side die says he is, and that's a ground ball and through into left field for a single. Rayfield on at first. Third hit for the Clark Varsity in this game. And now coming to the plate is Benny P., third baseman for the Clark varsity team. Charlie Morton looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. And that's a 2-3-3. 2-3-3. Asked me if the pitcher's an ace or a star, and Morton is a star. It's a hard hit grounder. Two hopper to Correa. Correa up with it. Fires to first for out number 3. That retires the side. It's 2-1 Astros going to the bottom of the 4th. Leading off for the world champion Astros is Marwin Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1. He flied out. Here's the pitch from Petrowski. It's 2-3-5. 2-3-5 wild. No. Eager. He is not eager. So it's a ground out second base unless he's patient. He is not patient. Ground ball Bircher. Bircher flips to Falkowitz for out number 1. And Gonzalez is retired. Next is Alex Bregman. Steps into the box. And Petrowski looks in for the sign, sets, and deals. Say 3-6-6. 3-6-6. Asked me if he's nothing under the pitcher. Then it goes to the batter. Nothing there. Fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Silva to the track and makes a catch. Beautiful jump on that deep fly ball by Ryan Silva. And next is Josh Reddick. Bats from the left side. He steps in the box. Petrowski looks in for the sign. He sets and he deals, and that's a 2-3-4. 2-3-4. Runners on base. There's nobody on base. 2-3-4. Hot batter fence. Josh Reddick. What did he do last at bat? Reddick. Josh Reddick. Where is he? Let me see. Oh, there he is. He struck out last time, so he is not a hot batter. He's actually the opposite. Popped up, left side. Benny P. is calling for it. He's in foul ground. Makes a catch, and that retires the side. So it's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 2-1 world champion Astros versus the Clark varsity team. Clark High School varsity team. Anthony Silva steps in there. Silva struck out his first at bat. Here's the pitch from Morton, and that's a 4-4-5. 4-4-5. Asked me if the catcher's iron, and Maldonado is not iron. Good eye. He's not a good eye. 4-4-5. I'm looking at 3-4-5. 4-4-5. Hold on. 4-4-5. Workman, no. Patient. Silva's not patient. He's eager. Ground ball. First base. Yuli Gurriel right there takes it himself. And that's 1 away. Ethan Wyatt, he's doubled in his first at bat. 3-5-5. 3-5-5. Asked me if the pitcher's a struggler. He is not champion. Wyatt is not champion. Ground ball second base unless he's a whiffer. He's a semi-whiffer. Decided I says he is. That's strike 3. Curveball got him. And that's 2 outs now. And it's Dylan Bircher. Bircher struck out in his first at bat. Here's the pitch from Morton. 2-2-6. 2-2-6 is hit by pitch. Decided I says he is. So the umpire sends him west, sends him down to first base. And Bircher's on at first. Takes his lead. Morton looks over. Stepping into the box is Ryan. Ryan Silva drove in the only varsity run in the 3rd inning with a double. Here's the pitch. That's a 1-3-5. That's going to be an unusual play of some kind. Let's see what that is. A rare event type thing. 1-3-5 with a blue 1. A blue 1 is going to be a event mini chart. Umpire calls bases empty. There's not bases empty. There's runner on first. So blue 1 takes us to the umpire chart with a runner on first. We're going to roll 2 dice and the decider dice, see what happens. We reach short to tall here. 2-6. 4-2-6, respected umpire at home. He's semi-respected. Side die says he is respected. Batter doubles, runner breaks for home, and here's the throw from center field. The relay, and he's out at home plate for the third out. Beautiful relay by Altuve. Ball was hit into the gap. And Silva with his second double of the game, and they try to score Bercher on that. It really doesn't have the wheels, and he was thrown out at the plate. That's going to retire the side. Home, out. It's going to be 8. Tagged out, 8, 4, 2, done. And now leading it off for the Astros is going to be Martin Maldonado. Maldonado struck out. He's 0 for 1 against Andrew Petrowski. So 1-3-6. 1-3-6. He's going to ask me if he's an ace. He is not. Whiffer or cold? Maldonado is a semi-whiffer. Side die says he is not. Cold, he is the cold batter. So he's the cold batter. So that's going to be 1-3. What did I say? 1-3-6. He's down. Goes down swinging. 1 out. Tony Kemp. Kemp struck out. He's 0 for 1. It's the pitch. 5-5-5. Ace or star, deep fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Marcus Cortez to the track and makes a catch. Got under it just a little bit. That's 2 outs. And now it's George Springer. He's the one who's responsible for the 2 Astros runs. He's got 2 solo home runs today. So Andrew Petrowski is going to be very, very careful in what he serves up to Springer. Say 1-2-5. 1-2-5. Struggler, no. Patient. He's not patient. Ground ball, unless he's a whiffer. Side die says he is. That's strike 3. So again, Springer swinging for the fences, but just does not get a hold of the slider this time. And that retires the side. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's 2-1. World Series world champion Astros versus the Clark Varsity team of San Antonio, Texas. Marcus Cortez is 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Morton. 1-5-5. Nothing under the pitcher column. Then we go to the home run column. Asks me if Cortez is a home run king. He is not. It's a fly ball, deep center field. On the run is Springer and makes a beautiful catch in right center field. Hit it right on the nose, but just did not carry enough, and Springer was able to run it down. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. It's 2-1 Astros. Next is Ben Hooper. Ben Hooper struck out twice. It's a 1-2-5. Struggler, no, he is not patient. Hooper is not patient. It's being ground out third base unless he's a whiffer, and he is not. Pull down the line. Bregman up with it. Fires to first. Out number 2. 5-3 if you're scoring at home. And now it's Aiden Falkowitz, hero, semi-eager, and whiffer. It's a pitch from Morton. 1-4-5. Falkowitz is 0 for 2. He struck out and flied out. 1-4-5. Asked me if he's a struggler. He's not. Nothing under the batter. It's a ground ball. Third base. Again, Bregman. And gets him. 5-3. That's the third out. Give me 1 second. Let me get this guy going. They lock you in, bud? Yeah, they locked you in. All right, we're back. It's nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. We are in Minute Maid Park in beautiful downtown Houston. It's the world champion Astros versus the San Antonio Clark High School varsity team. My son's the third baseman on the team, Benny P. And it's going to be Jose Altuve. Here's the pitch from Andrew Petrowski. 4-4-5. 4-4-5. See, a workman, no. Patient. Is Altuve patient? He is not. Ground ball, first base. And Aiden Falkowitz flips to Petrowski covering, and they get close play. They get Altuve by a step. Ground ball 3-1. One away here. Petrowski's allowed, both pitchers allowed only 4 hits. Been no errors, a well-played game. 2 home runs by Springer. It's given the Astros their 2 runs. So 1-2-3, 123. Both flash and fresh. Well, Side Die says he is not fresh anymore, so we're going to skip. There's nothing at batter, and it goes to ground ball shortstop. Anthony Silva up with it. Fires to first for out number 2. And it's Yuli Gurriel from a 34-year-old rookie from Cuba. It's the pitch from Petrowski, 4-4-6. 4-4-6. Ask me if he's a star. Petrowski is a star. It's a ground ball, second base. Bircher up with it. Flips to Falkowitz, and that retires the side. Go to top half of the 7th inning. This is last licks. High school ball, they play but 7 innings. Last licks for the Clark Varsity team. They need 1 run to tie and 2 runs to go up. It's Charlie Morton going for a complete game. And it's going to be Jacob Rayfield at the plate. Steps in, right-handed batter. Plays center field and pitches. It's a DH today for the pitcher. It's the pitch from Morton. That's a 1-3-4. 1-3-4. Ask me if the catcher is gold. He is not champion. Rayfield is not champion. Outfield drama. See what happens there. Outfield drama. We're going to roll 2 dice and a decider die. Look at this other chart. It's a 2-6. 2-6 center field stoic. Springer, I doubt Springer is stoic. Let's take a quick peek. He is not stoic. 2-6. He is not, otherwise makes a grab for an out. So out number 1, fly ball center field. Right there is Springer. Puts it away. And now it's Benny P. Benny P's 0 for 2. He's flied out and grounded out. It's a pitch from Morton. That's a 1-1-2. 1-1-2 asks me if Morton's flash, and he is, unless he's a good eye. And no, he is not. Strikes out. For out number 2, Morton gets Benny P. That's 2 away now, and the last out, the Clark Varsity team is to their last out of the game. It's 2-1 Astros here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch from Morton, 1-1-5. Ask me if Morton's fresh. He is not. Ask me if the batter's home run king or sad sack. He is not. And that's going to be a ball that's driven into the gap. And after it is Springer. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Hustling around first is Silva in with a stand-up 2-out double here in the top of the 7th inning. And it keeps the Clark Varsity team hopes alive with the next batter, Ethan Wyatt. Ethan Wyatt is 1 for 2. He doubled and struck out. Here's the pitch from Morton. And that's a 1-5-6. Some action in the bullpen, in the Astros bullpen. 1-5-6. Asked me if he's a whiffer. And he is a whiffer. That's strike 3. Game over. So Ethan Wyatt goes after the high heat. Strikes out. And that leaves a tying run at second base. And they waste a double by Anthony Silva, the freshman shortstop for the Clark Varsity team. Quite a game here. It ends after 7, and I'll tell you why. It's because in high school they play 7-inning games. Final score is going to be the Astros 2 and the Clark Varsity team 1. Both Astros runs coming on home runs, so 2 solo shots by George Springer. And I'll read you the line score. It's Clark Varsity, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, and 4 left on base. The Astros, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. And that's Combat Painter signing off, and we'll play another game and see how it goes for the Clark Varsity team. Take care now. History Maker Baseball. Check it out.